Hi guys, hope you're going really well. We've been doing a bit of work helping advisors with websites recently, and we've had a few questions, and I thought I'd try and answer them. The first is, how much should I spend on a website? Now, as an advisor, whether you're in insurance, mortgages, or anything like it, you need to ask yourself some clear questions. Why will people be visiting my website? How will they get there? We try and ask these questions before we put a dollar figure on the table because it will depend. Now, websites usually for advisors sit in two categories. One, the advisor's really keen to drive visitors, they want to write blog posts, they're really awesome, and they want to give out great content regularly and drive traffic and build a real machine. Now, that takes time, it takes work, it takes investment, and it usually costs a little bit more if you don't know how to do it technically yourself. I always a bit of a shout out to John Paul Hale at Willow. He's a great example of doing this well. He puts a lot of time into articles, and his team put up some great quality content. But it is a longer term investment. Now, if you're an advisor that is more looking for a website that is purely so that when people click on a link in an email, they're referred to you, or maybe they find you in a different way, they're going to visit you and learn a bit more, you don't need to spend anywhere like that. A website like this can cost you $500 to get set up. It can be clean, simple, clear, and easy for someone to use. What you're more importantly thinking about is a couple of things to think about with an advice website. One, you should make sure your disclosure document is somewhere in the footer. That's key. Two, why are people arriving? And again, this comes back to if they're being referred, what do they need to read to contact you? One of the things we recommend is taking time with your copy. We've got some example text that we include here, but it's actually talking to the pain and the problem rather than just pitching life insurance and everything in between. Over time, that does actually not really work as well as people hope. People don't come for an education onto your website about the products. We've learnt this. It's not to say they're not looking for one in particular, but you need to be able to sell them on how you're going to deliver them a better solution than they can get by going directly. You've got to show your value, so that's really important. The second one, and as you can see, this is a demo website, is what others say. It's really important to get across some quality testimonials. When you're getting a testimonial written, don't be scared to actually position people to write it in a way that will help people understand you. Ask them questions like, what happened before you met me? What happened after? And if they have had a claim, get them to put the result of the claim in. Hopefully it's positive. Stuff like that is going to give you two or three really quality testimonials that can sit at the front while all the rest should be there, but they can sit behind. You're going to get much more value. So that's just a few ideas to think about. With the websites we're building more and more, another little tip, and you can try this yourself if you want to, or you're welcome to get in touch, but is looking at a thing called remarketing. I believe you're better to spend less on a website and more on remarketing to get a better result. Now, let me explain this. Have you ever been to a website that actually follows you around on Facebook and other websites? It's a smart way to do things. And this is just an example of how it can look. We've done this with one of our videos that we've created, is that when someone visits the Smart Insurance website, what then happens is they start to get 4 or 5 different ads on specific needs they may have. For example, KiwiSaver is one of them. Could be Fire in General, just to try and hook them in. Remember, the first conversation is valuable. And even if they come to you for Fire in General, they may come to you for a lot of other things. So I put out a variety of different articles, or like as I say, we recommend videos, funny enough. But remarketing allows you to track someone for up to 3 months usually around the internet. So if they left your website without contacting you, you actually get some value back. If you're advertising in local papers and they've come to your website but never contacted you, this is what's going to get them to contact you. And when they need you, bang, you're there. So just a little bit of advice. It's just the way we think about the web, and hope it adds value to how you work with your clients.